Hello Kartika ji, welcome to the live. Hi Radiant Parenting, hello baby food blogger. So we are waiting for people to join in. So my guest has also joined the live. Okay, so let me just add her. I'll invite. I'm inviting Aleen again. Yes, she has joined now.
Yes, yes.
Hi,
Hi.
how are
Just
you?
just second. I'm just
Sorry. हाँ,
adjusting
sure, sure, sure. Take your time.
now. You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Hi. How are you,
Hi.
Nia?
Hi. I'm good, Aline. How are you?
Yeah. Fine. Fine. Thank you so much for calling me for this live session.
No, it's really, a big pleasure for me that you are here with me live in this session, and we are discussing a really very important topic today, like which is a basic part or an important part of motherhood journey, especially, right? So today we are discussing breastfeeding and low supply. So first of all, let me introduce Aleen on my channel. So Aleen is in the field of lactation since 2019, and she's a certified lactation professional. And she takes private consultations for the same. Plus, her mission is to help every mom and baby dyad, to have a successful, stress-free breastfeeding journey. That is really very, a great profession or great mission you have in your life, Aline. But
Thank you so
I'm
much.
really inspired the kind of work you do. So, Aline, I wanted to know especially that why this field? Like, what inspired you? What motivated you to get into this field?
Yeah. So basically, actually, it started with my own self. So when I was a new mother and I literally had no help with anything. And I struggled a lot in the postpartum period, like especially the first 40 days the
Right.
period which we are supposed to, be taken care of. And I was already struggling with the new baby, leave alone
Mm-hmm.
myself. And
Mm-hmm.
along with that, breastfeeding was also becoming a challenge for me because I like most mothers think, ki just you can hold the baby on the breast and you are able to breastfeed. That's the general concept we all have in mind before we
Right.
become a
Right.
mom. But it wasn't that. It was much more than that. And because I wanted to learn more, and because I like to be informed always. So I
Mm-hmm.
started looking up sources, and I came to know that there are people who are specialized in lactation who do help mothers with this. I myself went to a lactation consultant. I took help, and I don't know. Then I got this. I joined this group called BSIM on Facebook, Breastfeeding Support for Indian Mothers, and there I saw that there are so many mothers like me who are struggling. It's not just me alone, and that
Right.
itself gave me the strength to that I don't have to just keep whatever I know to myself. I just started helping on mothers randomly there,
Right.
and then from there the passion ignited that since I like the the subject so much, and I want to do more, and I want to help other moms, so then why not? And that's how it started.
That's super great. Aleen, when I remember when I was breastfeeding my child, so I had so many questions. And back then, honestly speaking, I never knew that something like lactation professional existed in India
Yeah,
also. And we need to, go to them so that they can help us with that, journey. And this was after when I started my own journey in parenting, and then got to know that people are helping new mothers who are starting their breastfeeding journey. This is a great thing which you are doing. It is really
thank you.
inspiring.
Thanks a
So
lot.
let's start with the live. And
Yeah.
first of all, I want to know, Aleen, that like, what is the importance of breastfeeding basically? Why is it
So
said to,
breast
breastfeed the child in, for the first 2 years of their life?
So the answer is very simple. It's because that's the most healthiest option in today's unhealthy times that we live in, right?
Right.
Matlab, you look out anywhere, everything is adulterated. Right
Definitely.
from cow's milk to even water is something we cannot trust. So in such a situation, the only thing that we can 100% trust is breast milk, because it is coming out of the human body. It is
Mm.
not something that would be adulterated or containing any chemicals or this and that. Moreover, breast milk is specially tailored for your child. So
Mm.
the breast the for your baby, the breast milk, even if you have two kids, suppose,
Mm.
so for first child, your breast milk would be different, and for second child, it would be different. And it is tailored
Okay.
to suit the needs of each baby, so that while they are developing their immunity, it is going to give them those antibodies which the mother's body contains, and it will help them fight
Right.
back diseases and gain much better immunity and growth. So overall, breastfeeding is everything, and it also has benefits not only for the baby but also for the mother. if you
Right.
breast if you breastfeed for even like a span of 1.5 2 years, you considerably reduce your chances of having obesity later in life. You
Right.
will have a standardized weight. You can say you won't have overweight situations.
Mhm.
You will reduce your chances of getting breast cancer. Okay, and there are many more things actually hormonally which help the woman
Right.
in terms of the menstrual cycle, and also it is overall a very beneficial thing even for the baby and the mother. So always breastfeeding is better.
Right. So, Aline, I would also like to add, like, the bond it creates between you and your child, not just breastfeeding, even if you're formula feeding, or even if you're, just keeping the baby close to you is so
Yeah,
important during the first few months. Like,
right,
it makes the baby feel safe, as the world is very new to the child. So I think it is really very important to, have that skin to skin connection with the baby, right?
correct, right.
So, so I want to know, Aline, like, in initial days, I had a very tough journey, and
Oh.
the supply was low. I had very difficult feeding my baby. So, what is the main cause of having low supply? In the initial days.
Okay, yeah. So very important question, and I hope once we post this live on our feeds, other people also can see this,
Yes.
because low supply is a myth. I always say this, that low supply is a myth. There is nothing
Okay.
called as low supply unless it is, specifically case-wise diagnosed for a particular mother. Because
Okay.
what happens is, in the beginning when we deliver the baby, okay, there is a phase called as lactogenesis which has to be triggered. Okay, so
Hmm.
what happens, and that happens because of the hormone prolactin. Now the transition from the time the progesterone goes down and the baby is delivered and prolactin rises, this takes about
Hmm.
1.5 to 2 days, and that's when you will not notice milk coming up in full flow.
Hmm.
You will
Right.
only see the initial milk which was in the pregnancy phase, which has been generated, which we know as the colostrum. Okay, it is
Hmm.
called as a colostrum, which is a
Right.
very thick fluidish milk which comes out. So that's the only milk that is available for the first
Okay.
2 days for any kind of delivery, be it a vaginal or be it a c-sec delivery. Okay, but what we think is that, it is just few drops or it's just little, so we don't have milk. This is what comes in our
Hmm.
mind, but we
Right.
do not understand this, that that is all that is needed for the baby for those first 1 2 days.
Okay.
It is not necessary to keep to give formula or to give something else. If the mother is able to latch the baby to the breast and the baby is
Mhm.
comforted at the breast, then there is no need to introduce anything else.
Okay.
Instead instead the mechanism with which the baby sucks in those first 2 days will enable the milk to come in faster, because the baby
Right.
is going on sucking.
Okay.
The more you delay in sucking, that much time you are wasting. Like, it will take more time for proper breastfeeding to get established.
Right. 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 So,
Yeah.
this
So
is
most
really an
mothers think
eye
that it's
opener. This is really an eye
most
opener,
mothers
Ali.
think,
Seriously.
yeah, and
When I
yeah,
delivered my baby, like,
yeah,
my mom told me that the baby is hungry and baby is hungry because she was crying, right? So,
yeah, yeah.
I actually thought that yes, she is hungry because I'm unable to produce the milk. But this is really an eye opener that there is no low supply or something, and that that small amount of milk is sufficient for the baby.
Sufficient. and
Right,
and
right,
at that time if suppose, especially if you're a first time mom, it's going to be difficult for you to figure out also कि ऐसा कुछ हो सकता है, because you think that no, all I can see is few drops of milk are coming out, इससे उसका पेट थोड़ी ना भरने वाला है. So okay, let's go
right,
for
right.
formula. This is the second thought that comes in our mind, right? And at that point we
Definitely.
want just the baby to be satisfied. We want the baby to be satisfied and, stomach full. So, the message I want to give out through this live is that, don't assume that you have low milk supply. First 2 days, you are not going to get much milk. It is very rare that
Mhm.
mothers get milk right on day one. That happens, but it's very rare. Okay,
Okay.
80 to 90% of the cases, milk will come in on day 3. Okay,
Mhm.
if it's a C-sec, even it could be day 4, because
Okay.
when mothers go through a c-section delivery, the skin to skin, or the baby is separated literally for the mother for quite a long time, right? So that is
Right,
why I
right.
said day 4 for c-section. But don't give up hope. It is very important to have the willpower, the positivity in your head that yes, I am going to breastfeed my child, I am going to attempt to do skin to skin, and I will succeed in this. the
Right.
thought itself the thought itself, because at that time your hormones are so sensitive, the thought itself could trigger a letdown of your milk, literally that could happen. So
Yes, I have
taking stress,
experienced it. I have experienced it. When I, determined it in myself that no, I have to feed my baby no matter what, and I will not just, depend on the formula. So
Hmm.
the milk produce not only increased after that, but I was able to, bond with my child in a much better way. So yes,
Exactly.
I've definitely experienced it.
There could be cases of low supply, but they are very rare and they
Okay.
need to be diagnosed by consulting your lactation professional and your gynecologist together. Okay, so you don't have to, dear mothers who are watching, don't come to conclusion. If you are getting few drops of milk or you're getting less milk, it doesn't mean you have a low milk supply. There could be many issues that your baby is not latching properly. There could be an issue with, maybe the baby has a tongue tie. There could be other factors that are causing the milk to not come down. So you
Right.
must always, that's why we recommend now, and we are trying to, as Neha, you said, that, this thing is not still more evident, though now more people are coming
Yes.
forward and talking about it, but it's still not known to many mothers. That lactation professionals exist and they are
Right.
there to help us with this. So, in fact, in your pregnancy stage only, it's better to, take a consultation for preparing yourself. There are lots of people who conduct workshops and be prepared. And even if after your baby comes, if you are struggling, then an LC is the best option to
Right.
go for. They'll
Mm-hmm.
direct you that whether you need to go back to the pediatrician or you need to go back to your gynec, or you can just get things resolved with them, but they will give you a
Right.
direction.
Right, right. That awareness is really very important, Aleen. मतलब elders think that ये तो हो ही जाएगा, ये तो simple, ये तो हो ही जाएगा, ये तो आ ही जाएगा.
Exactly.
But having that support, having that consultant with you is really very important at one point of time. If your milk is not letting down, right?
Right. And our parents ka zamana was a different time altogether,
Right,
and now it's a
right,
different time. Like if you even talk about the cow's milk and all, which parents would insist, give it a little earlier. But now we
right,
don't suggest giving even water before 6 months. Forget cow's milk.
right.
Because the times have changed. I told you, right? We are living in unhealthy times. It is not, nothing is, you can 100% say, even if somebody tells you 100% natural, it's written on the packet. You turn back and see
No,
the ingredients, you will get shocked. So, so it is
right,
like that. So in such
right,
a
right.
stage, you cannot give all. It's difficult to explain those things to our parents.
Right,
That's a big
definitely.
challenge. Yeah.
Yes, but it's good that we are getting aware and we are spreading awareness, we are spreading our knowledge and experience to others. And I think there is some issue with the internet. Okay, people who are watching, you can put in your questions in the question bar over here if you have any, if you want to ask us anything. Okay, I think something happened with the internet. Let's wait.
I'm sorry.
No, no, no issues, no issues.
Can you
It's
see
fine.
now? Something went wrong with my network and I got
Yes,
disconnected.
yes. No,
Okay.
no, it's okay. Right.
Yeah.
So, as discussed, like Aleen, so there is low supply, or the case is similar in C-section as well as in normal delivery, or the scenario is different.
So little bit difference would be there, not much. Like if you have had a vaginal delivery, it is going to be the milk inflow is going to be much more faster because the mother is more capable of handling the baby. She is able to do more skin to skin. So
Hmm.
because of that, it's the reflex, the skin to skin, which triggers the letdown of milk. And
Hmm.
because of that, added to the hormonal levels, which drop down faster with a vaginal delivery. In case of
Right.
C-section, what happens is we are not going through the standard process which the body expects, right? We are going
Right.
through a different process, and that is why it takes a little bit more of time. But even in that also, if the C-sec mother is able to do skin to skin, if she's so determined and with the help of somebody, she is able to do skin to skin on day one, then there are
Hmm.
chances that she will be able to produce milk as fast as a mother with a vaginal delivery.
Right, right, right. So, like, skin to skin is the main thing that needs to be done. The bodily contact is really very
Definitely.
important if you want to have a smooth breastfeeding journey, right?
Yes, yes, that is very important, not only in the hospital, but also once you reach home. When you
Mm-hmm.
reach home, the first month or the first 2 months are really, I encourage all mothers that please do a lot of skin to skin. And though when you stay in joint families, it is difficult, but it is still encouraged to do that because that's the only thing which gives comfort to the baby at that point of time and also the mother.
Right.
Because when you are not able to breastfeed successfully, it does affect you mentally also. You feel discouraged. You feel like, why I'm not able to do this. It's supposed to be such
Mm.
a motherly and a simple thing to do. That is how it
Right.
is projected to be. But doing skin to skin actually works wonders. It works wonders like anything. So everyone should do that. Even if your
Hmm.
baby is not latching properly, the baby will automatically start latching with
Right.
few days of skin to skin.
Great, great, great. That is a great insight. So, Aleen, like you are taking private consultations, and
Yeah.
people are coming to you for lactation problems. So, I want to know, like, are there any mothers who are asking you about giving cow milk to their infants?
Um, so I have had cases where mothers came to me when they were giving cow milk to their 1 month old. That has happened. Though, and it is, despite of so much information being spread out, we are still seeing these things happening because they give in because of the pressure of the family.
Right.
most Mostly it is the pressure of the in-laws or the
Mhm.
parents. They say, okay, no, you have also grown up like that, tum bhi yahi sab karke bade hue ho, so it's fine, it's okay. But then the baby ends up in the with stomach infections, multiple pediatric visits, and sometimes even gets hospitalized because of a
Right.
stomach infection. So
Right.
that is why I always, like, I have had few cases where the mother was giving cow's milk when she came to me. But then I
Mhm.
always recommend this, that please, no cow's milk, no water till 6 months, only
Mm.
breast milk formula. Because the
Right.
baby's stomach is not, the digestive system is not capable enough of handling the challenges to digest cow's milk.
Right. Right. Right.
In fact, even after the age of 2, for a toddler level age also, we don't recommend more than 400-450 ml of cow milk intake for the entire day. So it is
Mhm.
so imagine how it would be for an infant, right? So
Right.
it is something that is difficult to digest, and we need to accept that and just go for formula. If you are not able to breastfeed, no worries. Go for
Mhm.
formula and get in touch with your lactation professional. How they will guide you how you can wean off the formula step by step and entirely get back to breastfeeding if you wish to.
Hmm.
But don't introduce cow's milk. Please don't introduce
Okay.
cow's milk. You will damage your child's stomach more than anything else.
Right, right, right. So I was, reading somewhere, Aleen, and
Hmm.
I was very shocked to read it that, even cow's milk is not safe for like after 2 years also. Like, it is being produced by injections, giving
Yeah,
hormonal injections to the cows, which is not good for especially girls because they will get puberty a lot more earlier than it should be. So,
this
what do you
is
have to say
already
about it?
well, that is already happening. If you
Mhm.
see, look around and hear from friends and all, and even on Instagram, you can see. girls are getting puberty way more earlier. Our
Hmm.
time it was like, nothing before 10. But now,
Right.
even at the age of 8 or even 7, you're seeing girls are getting that. And what you said is a fact, definitely, that the cow's milk is not safe. But then, वैसे देखा जाए तो nothing is safe.
Right.
They
Right. Right.
even foods have different kind of. So we as parents have to be mindful of giving
Hmm.
more of fruits, vegetables, more organic stuff to our babies.
Organic
Uh,
stuff. Right.
yeah, but of course it depends on how much as a parent we can afford also at that point, because these things
Hmm.
are costly and they cost
Right.
money. But how much efficiently we can keep how much majority of our child's diet natural, it's better.
Right. Right. I was actually shocked to, hear it that girls are getting puberty at 6 years, 7 years. Like it's nothing. 6, 7 years
Yeah,
का बच्चे तो बहुत, like they're very little. My daughter is 4 years
exactly.
old. Like after 2 years, I can't even imagine that.
Exactly, it's too small, but yeah, that is happening. It's true.
Hmm. Right. Okay. Aleen, a major question, like you have already covered it, but I want to focus more on that. What can we give the child if the mother is unable to produce breast milk? Like formula is better or cow's milk is better?
Any day formula is better. Okay,
Okay.
don't go for cow's milk in any circumstances. Make sure you have a formula packet with you for an emergency. Get it taken from your pediatrician, because
Mm-hmm.
every child doesn't like the same formula brands. So don't go by the brands. Go to your pediatrician and get something prescribed. And as far as breast milk is not enough for that, get in touch with a lactation professional immediately, because it is
Mm-hmm.
difficult to breastfeed and then give a top up feed of formula. If there are any mothers here who feed formula, they know it is such a hassle to keep on sterilizing bottles. You have to have water, you have to have the powder, everything ready in the middle of the night. It is not possible. And secondly, it's going to be a long term thing. It's not something ki just 2-3 mahine ka kaam hai. This is
Right.
going to be thing for years. So
Hmm.
think from that perspective. And if you feel that there are also some people who think that okay, if I'm breastfeeding my baby now, but what after she's 2, what after she's 3?
Hmm.
She's going to tell me that anywhere in public she's going to say, "Mummy, I want to breastfeed," or he's going to
Hmm.
demand milk anywhere. So मैं क्या करूँ? But
Right.
as the baby grows, they also mature, right? So
Right.
you will be capable enough to explain to them ki there is a time to do certain things. We can't do it here, we can do it here. You can negotiate, you can introduce nursing boundaries. And still, even at that age also, breastfeeding is much more better than giving
Mm-hmm.
milk to the baby.
Right. 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 Like
And
we have
the baby,
discussed.
yeah, one more thing I want to add here, Neha, is that mothers always scared about weaning of their babies. कि ठीक है, मैंने breastfeed कर लिया. Now how to stop? When
Hmm.
do I stop? How do I stop? But I just want to say, if you will follow the natural term weaning process, there is a
Hmm.
very high probability your baby will self-wean. Okay, after the age of 2, 2.5,
Right.
many babies themselves also self-wean. Some don't, which is also okay. I mean,
Hmm.
you are the only source of comfort for them, so it is fine. And it also helps through so many illnesses, teething phases, growth
Right.
spurts, sleep regressions. I can just keep on saying the number of benefits breastfeeding has,
Right.
because
Right.
during those times they don't eat anything, and that is
Hmm.
when breastfeeding comes to the rescue.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
There is a lot of pressure of winning of the baby from, others also, like our mothers and mother-in-laws, like, इसको आदत पड़ जाएगी and ये फिर छोड़ेगा नहीं, फिर ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. So I think these are all myths, and as you said, like after a certain period of time, the baby may self-wean, may not, but there are ways which we can, inculcate or, help the child to wean off easily. Right.
Yeah,
So,
there is, Neha, just one, sorry I'm interrupting, but someone has
right, right.
asked a question about
Hmm.
breastfeeding.
Right.
So, she has asked, when is the right time to stop breastfeeding?
Hmm.
So, there is no right time as such. It's mostly when the mother and the child are ready. But WHO recommendation is that you should breastfeed for minimum of 2 years.
Hmm.
Okay, many mothers, they start the weaning process by 18, 20 months, who are not able to wean later than 2 years. But I
Right.
always recommend waiting till 2 years and then starting weaning off.
Okay.
And she has also asked what all challenges a lactating mother faces when she weans off a child, say after 18 months. Does she need to keep checking if the milk is still coming? So no, don't do that. If so, Surbhi, if you are already in your weaning journey, you have already started the weaning process, then after weaning, you don't have to keep pressing your breast to check, because if you press, the milk will come.
Hmm.
Okay, so the little bit of milk keeps coming if you have weaned off slowly. If you have suddenly one fine day stopped feeding the baby, then milk is going to come for some time. That's why you should always
Hmm.
wean step by step. That
Hmm.
helps, and you can also apply cold cabbage leaves on your breast once you have
Okay.
completed the weaning process. That helps to dry the excess milk, and don't press. If you press, you're signaling the brain to produce milk.
Okay.
Okay, so
Right.
and
Right.
around 6 months, 5 to 6 months के बाद से you will stop seeing milk drops leaking out. And if it's still there
Right.
after 6 months of weaning completely, then you should go to the gynec.
I think weaning is also a very important process. ऐसे नहीं होता कि बस एक दिन आपने सोच लिया कि आज बिल्कुल भी नहीं आप ब्रेस्ट फीड कराओगे तो वो स्टॉप हो जाएगा. It is some children take their own sweet time to wean off, and some children
Yeah,
take like few days or few weeks to wean off, right? So
right,
that is also completely dependent on the child, that how they are ready for the process. And the
right.
main thing is that the baby and the mother both should be ready for the process, right?
I have I have also had some mothers, who come to me and tell me that they want to wean, and their babies are say 20 months old.
Right.
हम लोग को वीन करना है, अभी हम फेड अप हो चुके हैं, बस वीन करना है, अभी दम नहीं रहा है. ओके फाइन, आई हेल्प देम आउट, and then I give them like a direction. It's going to maybe take up to 2 months or 3 months, or it can also take 2 weeks.
Right.
पता चला baby weans off within a week, okay, and then after 10 days they message me saying that अरे I'm feeling so empty all of a sudden, ऐसा लग रहा है कि कुछ छूट गया. So that is why I always tell mothers that
Right.
if someday your child has troubled you a lot, like suppose they are eating and they bite badly on the breast, so then moms be like, oh my god, it's so painful, I want to get rid of this now. Okay, don't give up on such days. Just remember ki, the good days that you have had when you breastfed your child, because if you are
Right.
not mentally ready, then this is going to happen after the baby weans off. You'll be like, oh no, why did I do it, I'm missing all of that, and वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए.
Right, 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 right. So, as we said, that weaning is also a journey, and you should definitely, depend on the child for it, and not just, think that बस अब हो गया, अब नहीं होगा हमसे, because after effects are also very, severe in that case. So, okay, Aleen, okay, I want to ask the audience if anybody has any question, if anybody wants to ask anything related to breastfeeding or weaning off or low supply, please go on. We will be very happy to answer. Hi, the mommy sunshine. How are you? Thanks for questioning, Surbi. We are happy to answer. Mm, okay. Okay. I think there are no more questions. So, okay, Aline,
Yeah.
some last few words for the mothers, new moms, basically for breastfeed to start their breastfeeding journey. Some quick
um
tips.
Yeah. So the quick tips are that you should prepare yourself first only when you are in your pregnancy phase. No,
Mm.
like you do all the other arrangements. Also attend a breastfeeding class. Okay, there are many people here on Instagram who conduct. I don't conduct workshops, but there are people
Okay.
who do.
Okay.
So you can enroll for those workshops and get the information. And keep yourself well informed. No, it's not necessary that your birth is going to be, because your the initiation of your breastfeeding journey depends very highly upon the type of birth you'll have, because
Hmm.
not because of the type of birth, but because of the experience that you have when you're giving birth.
Hmm.
Okay. So it's not like, I mean to say ki if you delivered vaginally or C-sec, no. Because sometimes it happens, some mothers go through a very long labor phase and then they go in for emergency C-sec. Some go for planned C-sec, some have the vaginal delivery, but it's a long
Vagina.
labor. Some have a
Right.
short labor. So, during that time, what the mother is going through, that has a very high impact on how soon the breastfeeding journey will be initiated, you know.
Right. Right.
So beforehand, if you have information about things ki ये कैसे होता है, it's not just like मैंने बेबी को हाथ में ऐसे पकड़ लिया, ब्रेस्ट पे चिपका दिया, हो गया. It's not that way. Okay, if
Hmm.
you have information about the positions, you have information about what a latch is, why we say it's called a latch and how it's supposed to be. So if you have these basic stuff in hand, na, you'll gain confidence.
Hmm. Right.
And then after that stressful birth experience which you go through, I mean, there is no mother on this earth who will say that I had a lovely birth experience. It's because we all know what happens during that time, right? So once you once you are out of it and you already have information available with you, so you are more
Right.
confident. When you don't know anything, you are already
Hmm.
lost after the birth, and then you get more lost, and that
Right.
increases your stress, and it decreases your chances of initiating breastfeeding well. So
Initiating
as I
breastfeeding.
always I say, keep yourself informed and take help. If you
Hmm.
feel that even after the baby has arrived you're stuck, then take professional help. Don't just listen to anybody. Make that
Right.
you are validating the information from the right person. And yeah, I mean, that's it. It will, if you do follow these points, then definitely it will help you.
Right, right. Okay, Aleen, I would like to tell you uh, the point you said that, no mother would have said that I had a lovely birth story. So,
Hmm.
I had a very lovely birth story, honestly speaking.
Oh
I
my
did
God.
not go into labor, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Like the
Okay.
moment you spoke, I was like, no, I had a very great birth.
No, but then after once you had a C-sec, is it?
Yes, I had six C-section.
So, but then after C-sec, you would have obviously experienced
No,
pain, right?
that is different. That is different. But when I went, my baby was not ready to come out only at
Okay.
first. I did not have labor pains. The time was complete. So my
Okay.
doctor said that, okay, we will start inducing pain. So we did the process, but nothing happened. The next morning, she said we will do C-section because the baby is not coming out. So, and I walked myself to the OT. Like all
That's
good,
amazing.
everything was there. I was laughing. I was telling my father, like, Dad, the clothes are there, that this is there. And he was shouting at me that please don't laugh and go to the OT. I'll do everything. And like when I saw my daughter for the first time, it was a great, great feeling in me. Like I can't forget that moment at all. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I
I
can
think
understand.
nobody
Yeah.
can. I think nobody can. That first
True,
look
true.
on your baby is something which you can never forget, right?
True.
So,
Despite how much of a pain you are in, that
yes,
one
yes.
look is enough to stop everything. But
Right,
what I
right.
mean, that's really good that you went laughing into the OT. That's very brave of you. But mostly, like, even for C-section mothers, it's like after the delivery is done and
Yes,
everything is over, the pain starts creeping in once the effect of the
yes.
anesthesia goes down. And during that time is when you have to actually do the breastfeeding
Do the
initiation.
breastfeeding. Exactly, exactly. That is a
So,
little bit tough, but that also depends on the, kind of willpower and kind of resilience you have in you.
exactly, exactly.
So,
And the willpower will be higher if you are well informed beforehand.
informed.
That's
Exactly. You need to be aware about all the things beforehand so that you have a great and amazing and smooth breastfeeding journey, plus your recovery, right? So,
definitely.
Aleen, so I think there are no more questions from the audience, and thank you so much for coming live with me. It is a great session, some
Yeah,
really
I will.
important
I will.
insights, and you have given to us some really great points to remember while starting our breastfeeding journey for the new moms. And it was a great session for me. Thank you so much for
Even
coming over here.
thanks a lot for calling me. I also enjoyed a lot. I mean, we had such a nice and healthy discussion, and we also shared
Right.
some jokes and facts. So thanks, Neha. It was really great. Thank you so
Great.
much.
Okay. So thank you so much all for joining us who all have joined. And I hope this was an insightful session for you as well. Please do share this video. I will put it on my live feed, and you can, if you have missed any part of it, you can watch it there. You can share it with your friends who are starting their breastfeeding journey, or are in the ongoing process, or are soon to be moms. It will be really helpful for them. So we will take your leave now. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you, Hiral, for commenting. It was amazing having you here. So thank you, Arlene. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
live with me.
Bye. Bye.
Bye
Thanks, Neha.
bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye bye.